Hello friends, I'm excited to lead you in our second day of cooking interest group. I hope you guys had a lot of fun with Megan yesterday, making your baked apples. You're doing that with Megan and Cecily. Let me not exclude anybody. It sounded delicious. I was really sad that I had to be at work, so I couldn't be a part of that. But I'm really, really excited to make another snack with you today. I think that you'll enjoy it. It's pretty standard deliciousness. We're gonna make like cheesy garlic bread, and it's pretty simple. You can use pretty basic things you have at home. All you need is bread, oil, and butter, or just one or the other. If you only have one, that's fine. You can just use one. You only need a little bit. But I'm using like 1 tablespoon of butter and then like 1/8 of a cup of oil. So like maybe like 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil. But if you didn't have oil, you could use just 2 tablespoons of butter. And vice versa. If you didn't have butter, you could use just maybe a little bit more oil. So it's not, you can make it, it's pretty easy to substitute things. And then also just any kind of cheese that you have. It can be shredded cheese or sliced cheese. If it's sliced cheese, you'll just be tearing it up into small pieces and putting it on there, which is what I'm going to do because I got this, it's a little smushed, but I got this slice of cheese that I'm just going to tear up and put over the bread. And then I have garlic powder and everyday seasoning. So again, if you don't have this seasoning, don't worry about it. If you don't have garlic powder, that's okay. On the Zoom call later, you can let me know if you don't have those things, what spices that you do have, and I can help you maybe figure out which ones would taste good with this. So I'm wearing my apron. If you have an apron, it's always a good idea to wear it. I know I don't always take the time to put it on, but it is really good if you are, especially if you're wearing like a shirt that you're worried about getting dirty or messed up. So it's a protective measure. So I got my bread here. I started once I moved out of my parents' house and I was making a lot more meals just for me. I started substituting a pie pan for a cookie sheet because you use a cookie sheet for a lot of different recipes. But if I was only making like a smaller amount of something, I just started using a pie pan because it is oven safe. It's smaller, more practical. It just made more sense to me. But you can also use a cookie sheet. Make sure you have a pot holder. This is good for after you heat up the butter, you'll want to use a pot holder. And also when you're taking it out of the oven, you'll need a pot holder. Also, make sure that you are either doing this with an adult present helping you do it, or with the permission of an adult. Because the oven is a tool. It's not just to play around with. It's important because it's very easy to hurt yourself, or like if you forget and leave it on, start a fire. Like, it's very important to treat it like the tool that it is, which is with respect. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So I guess I'll go ahead and just show you what we're doing. So like I said, here I have my bread. I have small slices of baguette bread, but any bread that you have, you can use for this. Again, it's really just, what you have. And so I'm going to use my pot holder. If you're heating up butter, will probably want to just do that in the microwave because you probably have a microwave. I grew up not really having a microwave and just doing other things instead, so I heated my butter up on the stove. But yeah, so I got my melted butter and I mixed the oil in with it. I got it in this cute little dish here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour it on top of the bread. And that's gonna be so yummy. I'm excited. And the nice thing about this kind of recipe is it's very easy to make, like, you know, one serving size, or make enough for, you know, a bunch of people, like your whole family or friends you're having over, and it's pretty much the same amount of prep work. I'm just making this for me, so I'm just doing the 5 pieces. But yep, I just poured the melted butter and the oil that were mixed together over my bread. So we did that. Next, I'm gonna take the garlic powder and I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on each piece. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now, if I wanted to do more work, then I would, you know, crush up an actual garlic clove and actually, like, maybe saute it in the butter before doing it. But I figured I'd just show you this simpler form, and it's still really tasty this way, and it's easier for you to do at home. So then I'll take the seasoning that I have. So I'm just gonna grind some of this up over each piece. Okay, that comes for the cheese that I'm just going to break into little pieces to put over the bread. And again, if you have shredded cheese, that's probably a little bit simpler even. But this is what I have, so this is the cheese I'm going to use. But pretty much whatever you have on hand, we can make it work. This is Colby cheese, if anybody's interested, but you can really use any kind of cheese for this, and it will be tasty, because cheese is tasty. I love cheese. Except for American cheese. But if that's what you have and you like, then you can use that and you'll enjoy it. I do not enjoy American cheese, though. So, I'm just going to show you. There is my yummy, yummy pre-oven cheesy garlic bread that I am now going to stick in the oven. That's something I forgot to mention earlier. I preheated the oven to 350. And yeah. But here I'm going to put this in. And then I'm going to start a timer for, I'm gonna do a timer for 5 minutes and check on it, and then I'll see how it is. I might put it in for another 5 minutes, but really 5 to 10 minutes should really be all it takes. Just wanted to show you that while the bread is cooking, that I'm drinking my tea and my lovely Campbell Lena mug. It's delicious. I don't know if any of you guys have been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a wonderful show, and I'm so glad that they put it on Netflix. It's one that I watched when I was you guys' age. I was like probably 11 when I watched it the first time. I loved it then, and I still love it because it's still a quality show, and I've been watching through it again. But I'm drinking oolong tea, and the first time I'd ever heard of oolong was in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Iroh, in an episode, drinks oolong tea, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like fun. I want to try oolong tea, and it's absolutely delicious. So I just thought I would share that tidbit with you. I will repause it while the timer's going now. Okay, so my 5-minute timer just went off, so we are gonna check on my yummy cheesy garlic bread, and I'm here to tell you that 5 minutes was plenty of time. It looks and smells amazing. You see that? Do you see that sizzling there? Yummy, 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 yummy. I can't wait to eat this. So, yeah. So I'm gonna let it cool down for a few minutes. But it's gonna be delicious. And I'm excited to help you make this later this afternoon for your yummy enjoyment. But you know, just thinking about kind of the theme that Seth had talked about on Sunday at the beginning of the week, of just seeing what we can do to make change in our community and challenging ourselves. You know, you don't really think about it with like baking and cooking, but it really can be powerful if it's something that you do. You just make something yummy to share with somebody, then it's going to have a positive effect on them, and it encourages time to just talk and hang out with people. It's a warm environment, and sometimes that little bit of kindness is just what somebody needs. So I'd encourage you, if you're able to make enough for another person, if you can, to share it with, maybe somebody that lives with you or one of your friends. But even if it's not with this, like, just think about that whenever you're like cooking or baking in the kitchen. Just think, who can I maybe share this with? Or maybe intentionally make something just for somebody, like a batch of cookies or something. But yeah, so I am excited to walk you through doing this afternoon, and I will see you then. So I forgot to show you me taking a bite of this delicious yumminess, which I feel like is an important part. So I came back just for that. I may have taken a little nibble already. It's amazing. But yes, this is the yumminess that I am consuming. It's still a little warm. Oh. It's so good. It's so good. I love butter so much. And cheese. And bread. So this is really a great thing for me to be eating. Alright. I will see you this afternoon.